Oh, wrong one. Welcome, everybody. I have been so excited about this. I was telling Mike backstage that I was a Funko Flipper failure. So I had started buying them to turn around and sell to people because I couldn't believe anybody would pay that much money for something that was 4 inches tall. That turned into I had like 20, and I started, my friends and family were like, why? And now I have 800 of them. So I was a complete failure, but I saw your product in a Whatnot auction. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Whatnot, but I was in a Whatnot auction, and my number one grail in my collection is Sloth and the Superman shirt. And so all of a sudden I saw Handmade by Robots Sloth on his list. And I was like, what is that? So when I clicked it, so I got a notification when it was going to go live. And then when it went live, I saw this. And I was like, I got to have it. I got to have it. It's going to go with him. They're in the Superman shirt. Then he's like, Chunk, right? So then Chunk was up next. I didn't win Chunk. And I'm like, well, I got to have Chunk to go with Sloth. And then so I started asking them about it. So I Want This Stuff is where I first saw your product. And then I looked you up, and I went on YouTube to see, more about you guys. And I saw a video we were talking backstage about you at a con, and your booth was there, and there was a lady that was doing an interview, and she picked up one that was an actual knitted product. And I was like, wait, I kind of did one of these things back and forth. Like, is it knitted or is it vinyl? Because they were saying that it's vinyl. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. And then you had me. And where you had me is everybody that's in this room that knows me knows that I am a complete NASA nerd. So we went to Florida a couple years ago, and I got to go to Cape Canaveral and go to NASA and run around all day long and be like a big, huge kid. And so when I saw the astronaut, I was like, yep, this is my new rabbit hole. This is my new rabbit hole. And I've actually not bought any of those. And when I pick stuff up, has been Handmade by Robots. So I really do appreciate that you guys are giving me some time and coming on.
Oh, you bet.
Because I think you guys are the next big thing. I really do. And we've been talking, for a little over a week now. And the more I've gotten to know you, the more I really like. Oh, hi, puppy.
This is Pop-Tart.
Hi, Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart.
What's up,
Pop-Tart?
My dog interrupted a few minutes ago. She's back on the couch now, though. So I know I have a bunch of questions tonight, and we're going to go there. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Nadia, Tats, Ryan, Jeremy's here. I saw my mom pop in. Graham, how are you, my dear? Michael McCool?
Mama J.
Big thing.
Mike's a good buddy of mine. He's been helping me out on Instagram, and he loves our ghost. He took the Ghostface figure to the Ghostface movie or the Scream movie and took pictures. I love him.
That's great.
Yeah.
OCD, let's see who else is here. Christina's here. She's been here early. Caitlin, Mama J, Christina Payne. There's a ton of people. We got 30 people watching right now. They'll pop in. More and more come in. This is a good group to start off with, though. My cousin Nathan, Bobbert's here tonight. The Ghostbuster robots. Yeah, those are great. So, Mike, you and I were kind of talking backstage, and I don't want to make this a thing, but you do have some history in the vinyl toy world. So you were part of the original Funko with Mike Becker, correct?
Yeah. So I worked with Funko with 2005 to like 2011, but me and Mike Becker, the founder of Funko, we worked together at a company called Seabell Sportswear. And back in the day, this is probably like 1998. And so real quick, Mike Becker, he wanted to start off. He wanted to do his own thing, and he wanted to start off. He really had a love for the big boy, the burger chain. So he wanted to do a big boy bank. So he took his life savings and he sent it over to have a prototype made of the big boy bank. And I remember at lunch, he was like, "Hey, Cap, let's run down to Mailbox Etc. here in Redmond, Washington." And we went there and he opened it up and he's like looking at it and just started just like crying immediately. He's like, "This looks nothing like Big Boy. I'm ruined." And the rest is history.
Right.
And now Handmade by Robots is turning into history because you have the history in the vinyl toy world, and then Mary, you, as Mike was explaining to me, you are the one that has the love of knitting.
Yes,
and I will say
knitter.
I'm a loom knitter. That's about all
Okay.
the attention span I have. I've made several hats. Some didn't turn out so well, and I like to do scrubbies.
Okay,
so I've made a lot of scrubbies. But so. How did you guys collaborate, and when did you guys decide to start Handmade by Robots?
So, I owned a consumer products company for 10 years. We kind of transitioned everything over to BDA about a year and a half, 2 years ago. But Mike, I hired Mike as my VP of sales, 8-9 years ago, Mike, at least?
Back in 2012.
You were our first employee, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and because of Mike's experience at Funko, we did all sorts of crazy products, but we did this one product called, it was with Destiny, the video game, and it was a series of ghosts, which the ghosts are in the game. So we did the Generalist and probably 11 other ones, and they sold so well. And all the we made hundreds of thousands of them. And it got us thinking, maybe we shouldn't reinvent the wheel every time we do a product. Maybe we should come up with a form factor that we can repeat, and it's something people can collect, like these ghosts. So Mike's a tough customer. So we would run these ideas by him and he'd go, "No, I hate it. No, don't like it. No, don't like it. Thumbs down from Mike." And we're like, God. So we kind of went back to the drawing board and we started thinking about what we like to do. And I've knit a ton of figures, tiny little Santas and all sorts of hot dogs and hamburgers and all sorts of stuff. And so we got to thinking, mate, let's try that. So we had a 3D artist render it for us. I think the first one we did was, I think it was Spock or Kirk. Those were the first two. Well, maybe I think it was Stay Puft was our very first 3D one we did. And we were like, damn, this is cute. And we made sure to make it look authentic with the correct knit stitches, how you would actually construct a knit figure. We made it look floppy, details like the button eyes and then embroidery details and the, things you can do on an actual knit plushie. So, that's how we got out of the gate with Handmade by Robots. And we showed Mike. We got another idea, thinking he's just going to go, "Yeah, you guys suck." We showed it to him, and he immediately, "Mike, what did you do?"
It was instantaneous. It was immediate. I was like, "Yes, this is it. This is definitely it." And I think you're right. It was the Stay Puft, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, this is a big hit." And then when we started doing the horror ones, anything that was,
there he is.
Yeah. Well, that's the burnt one. Yeah.
That's a burnt state. That's unhappy.
Yeah.
We made his eyebrows go like this because he was very unhappy.
But anything, but they were just so darn cute, and they were authentic too. It was like the real knit pattern. It was just like, and that was giving people the fake out. It was just like, man, that's cool, keeping them authentic. And then anything that was horror related, anything scary that was cutified, I was like, home run.
So I had Jack out of the box.
Yes.
So I'm going to try and get him so that he kind of shows more detail, but you guys can see the detail on this with the spider that is, at his bow tie and the button that's on his jacket. And then, as my pops pointed out, one of my favorite things is this rubber tag that you guys added on here. And it's so cute. Now,
the sewn-in label.
Yeah, that's the robot's approximation of a sewn-in label. So that's why we did that. So, and you can see on the back of Jack too, like there's a line there. That's to make it look like plush, so that you see that like it's a plush sitting down. Yeah, he turned out really cute. Yeah, they're all cute.
He's great. I mean, and that's what I was talking about, Mike, too, is today when I went to MI Pops, and thank you guys to MI Pops. I bought the hat today to go with my glow shirt, but
Very nice.
They have donated an Oogie Boogie and a Leatherface that we will be giving away tonight. And then I bought shirts. So whoever wins those two, one of you guys will get to pick a shirt that you want as well. But when I was looking at Oogie Boogie's mouth, when I took him out of the bag tonight, and I was looking at him like, look at the detail in the mouth because he's
the
got
threads,
the worms in his
yep.
mouth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, how in the world did you guys come up with this? And I know that it's super difficult to get licenses, and so how have you guys been able to translate your ideas into these licenses? Like you have Goonies. I mean, Goonies is been
Right.
a staple, since the 80s.
So when with the previous company that I owned, I had, Sony with Ghostbusters, CBS with Star Trek, but we decided not to pick up those licenses at BDA. So, but I went, and BDA's got nice deep pockets, right? So I went after Disney. I went after Warner Brothers. They have an amazing stable of things we're doing with them. MGM, I've got a bunch of fun stuff with MGM. We just signed a deal with Princess Bride. I'm in contract. They're amazing. We are in contract phase with NBC Universal, so that includes Michael Myers and Chucky and The Office and Jurassic Park and Jaws, all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm a really evergreen property girl. I like the stuff that I'd do a $6 million man figure if somebody would buy it. Because that's the kind of I want to do that in the So I really like those kinds of properties. So you'll see a lot of evergreen properties from us. And
Eric, is there one that we want?
Well, and then also, she said the $6 million man. I was going to say, you got to throw him the bionic Bigfoot too, right? You got to throw him.
Of course. I have tried to sell bionic. We had that license back, and we tried to sell bionic Bigfoot Mike 100 times to Loot Crate in a variety of one of them, his arm came off, in the show, when his Bigfoot's arm came off. Yeah.
Boy, did we try. I mean, back when I was, in third grade, when you'd keep track of your report cards and what do you want to be when you grow up and stuff like that, the teachers would always get mad at me because they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would always put the $6 million man, and they'd be like, no, Mike, you can't be that. And I'm like, no, I can.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that show, and I think it was my uncle that had the doll where it was you could see
look through the eye.
Yeah.
And I wish I still had mine.
Cool.
Right?
What line I would love to see if you guys could ever get it? Back to the Future. And that's why I was getting at with Eric. Eric and I are both big to the Future fans.
It's NBC Universal, and that's one of our properties we picked up. I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you what else we got from NBC, just in case you're interested. Let me look here.
While you're looking too,
Kiss line, Pirates of the Caribbean, or Muppets.
Oh boy, we're breaking up.
I'm breaking up. Did I lose you guys?
I don't know. Somebody is, but I'll just keep talking.
They're asking Pirates of the Caribbean's Muppets, or Kiss, the band Kiss.
No Kiss. Mike would like that.
Yeah.
So Jurassic. This is what I picked up from NBC Universal. Jurassic Park, Minions, Trolls, How to Train Your Dragon, Jaws, E.T., Back to the Future, Halloween, The Big Lebowski, Child's Play, Universal Monsters, The Office, Parks and Rec, and I love this one, Battlestar Galactica.
Seriously?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes. They're asking about Mandalorian too, because I know you have the Disney line.
Yeah. So let me tell you how Disney works. So Disney, there's different licenses for different areas. So we're kind of with the main Disney. So we have a lot of the main properties. We do have a couple Pixar things that we've been able to pick up. But in order to do the Marvel and the Star Wars, we have to do a new contract. So we are working on that. But we just, really, we've got in our first Disney figures in Q4 of last year. So it'll be another 6 to 8 months before we even start getting that contract negotiated and get products in the pipeline for maybe late 2023. But we're going to definitely do it. Those are the holy grail. We definitely want to get the Star Wars.
So we see the end product and everything, but how long does it take you guys to go from a concept? So once you get the license, how long does it take you to go from, okay, we know we want to make these characters out of this license, to go from concept to what we actually see in the packages?
Well, there's two licensors play a big role in that, because like our Harry Potter approvals, the first round took 5 months. Our MGM guy, I love him, Denny, he takes a day, and he gives me feedback like that, like Killer Clowns, fix his hair, do this. So if let's come up with one, let's say, in fact, one of the Instagram folks I chit chat with came up with that 10,000 volt ghost. That's a Scooby-Doo villain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll send it we'll put it on the schedule for my artist to draw. And we actually just contracted with 2 new artists that he's going to oversee. We know he's a great guy, Justin Hillgrove, and his you should guys go check him out. It's impsandmonsters.com. He makes his art is amazing. It'll take him, depending on how far backed up, maybe 2 weeks by the time he gets around to that render, because I'm constantly throwing stuff early in the mix to, kind of pushing things back. So about a week, he can get it done in a day, but there's enough things he's working on. So maybe 7 to 14 days. And then we submit it to the licensor. And again, depending on the licensor, it's a day to 5 months, but until they get back to us. And then
if it's anime, 10 years.
10 years. Oh my God.
Before they get back to you.
So the anime approvals, because those companies usually meet like once a week or once a month for like 4 hours to do approvals, because it's just not there. Anyway, long story. Don't go there, Mary. So then we take that render, and it's a render of the front and both sides and usually the back, because then we get a price. We figure out the price, and the price really depends on how many colors we're using, how many paint masks we're using, the detail. Like those Jack Skellington, he's only 2 colors, but they had to hand paint all the stripes.
So I'll pull Chunk out, because Chunk was one that has a lot more detail on him.
Yeah.
As far as the shirt goes and everything. Let me pull him out of the box.
So then we get a price, we approve the price, and then we get a 3D render done overseas. We've contracted with several studios that have also learned about knitting and how the stitches lay and all that kind of thing. And then they do the 3D, and then we get the licensor to approve the 3D, and then we go to painted sample. They approve the painted sample, and there's almost always changes there, color tweaks, PMS color tweaks, what have you. And if you're Disney, you wait till we're almost done, and then you make a change. Okay, I didn't say that. And then we move to, there he is, yeah.
You even put his mole on there.
His mole and his little teeth. Yeah, those are all different spray masks. So they are very detailed. And then we go to PPS stage, where they're actually making the product, and we submit those to the licensors as well. And that's what, we get all the packaging figured out at that point, and we go from there. So anywhere, I think the quickest turnaround we've had is from concept to the and then of course there's tooling too. We have to do the tooling, probably 2 months, but I've had things like Buzz Lightyear and Woody. That took almost a year.
Oh, wow.
And that's why you see the series numbers. They're in order of us doing the concepts, but they're not in order of them being released, because some companies, some licensors take a lot longer to approve things.
See, I was going to ask you that, because there's like Leatherface is 007, and then
yes.
Ralphie is 60. So are there availabilities of 1 through, and what number are you up to now?
We're in the hundreds. We're like 110. I think we just did a Killer Clowns custom 2-pack for GameStop. That was number 111. So we're up that far. And then we have things down even further that, are numbered. We kind of revamped our numbering system. So the micros and the minis all have their own numbering system now, like Batman micro.
Mike's got one in the background there, yeah.
Yeah, there's this. I can't even figure out where I am. Whoop. That is number 1 in the series.
I ordered one of those for myself.
I know. I packed it up. And then, so we're kind of redoing the numbering systems, but at some point on our website, we are going to put in all of the numbers and, what they are, so people know what they're missing or what else is out there.
Well,
we just haven't gotten to that yet.
With the product coming out, not in the order of the numbering system, then that's fun for the collector going, hey, what is number 21? What's that going to be? So that's kind of creates a little bit of mystery in the collecting world when people are hunting.
Now, I was telling Mike beforehand, as in Eric, I said, when they were talking about horror and in love of horror, and I said, this is how I watch horror movies.
Mary, that's how you watch them too.
Oh my God. My sister and I love to go to horror movies, but what we do, and it's so funny because people think we're crazy. We get those napkins, out of the napkin dispenser, and then we do like this, and we tuck them behind our eyes, and then we tear eye holes out, and we wear them the entire time at the theater. And it just helps. It helps a little bit.
Look how cute he is. I mean, this is not the scary Leatherface that you've seen in the movie. I mean, look at him.
Right.
You even have the little knitted chainsaw, and then he's bloody and everything else. And Mary, you were telling me that you actually have a bloody exclusive coming out that's going to be a web only.
Well, not on that. What we have is we have a new Leatherface that's coming out very soon. I can show you. It is Leatherface Pretty Woman. I'm trying to get in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Eric, you're gonna love this one,
And-
Eric.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
that one,
I have the Chase Funko of that, so that I
okay.
definitely gonna have to get that. Yeah.
And then GameStop they've been really supportive. They have an amazing buying team led by Danielle, and they understand trends, and she's willing to take flyers on stuff. So she did this little micro exclusive of Leatherface Pretty Woman. Look at his little baby chainsaw. It's the cutest.
Wow.
It is so cute. Yeah, they're not scary at all. Like I'm gonna purchase the ECC Ghostface too, even though that movie, like when Scream first came out, like that and what was the other one? What's the movie where they go out in the woods and everybody thought it was real at first? So no one told me that it was
Blair Witch,
Blair Witch, yeah.
something?
So
Yeah.
we went to an art theater because I'm just north of Detroit, and we went to an art theater to see that, and no one told me that it was fake, right? And the part where they started pounding on the tent, I literally dove onto the floor across my 4 friends' feet because I was so scared. And it was the same thing with Scream. I remember just like I had blankets over face and everything else, but then I saw your ECC Ghostface. That's the FYE exclusive.
Yeah.
You have the green one, the green face that's
metallic green.
I
right?
want him because I think he looks amazing. So is the pink one. And guys, if you have not heard of Handmade by Robots, you need to check them out. In the description of this live is links to their website. There's also links to the GameStop, where you can get to see what GameStop is holding on, because they are having GameStop exclusives coming out. There's also a link to Walmart. But I can tell you this, I like to support small businesses. And so if you guys have a local, check around local and see if you have anybody as well. If not, the new stuff has come out. Wonder Woman wasn't available when I was looking like a week or so ago. And now it's showing available on the website.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I can't wait to get Wonder Woman because I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan.
So
but then Mike, you have the little ones, the 4-packs in the background of Mary. If you guys have those to show as well, because I'd never seen this. So they're kind of egg-shaped.
Mike, why don't you show them? Yeah, they're little four-pack of eggs, and they're 2.5 inches tall, where the full size are 5, and then the micros are like 1.75, and they're just a fun little form factor shape. We actually did those. Because of Walmart back last Easter, but they've done really well, especially like the Ghostface 3 or 4-pack. We have a Harry Potter 4-pack coming out that are really cute.
Wow.
Yeah, those are adorable. So was the eggs just because you were putting them out at Easter, or is that some sort of a meaning to you guys?
No, it just, you know what, this is a form factor I've knit before, right? That you can make eggs and then make them into any little cute creatures. So that's how we kind of came up with the egg format. It's not specific to Easter, but they do really well at Easter time.
And the detail on these is, as you can see, even on the screen there, the knit is.
So on any of the smaller figures, we do a whip stitch eye, like an embroidered eye, as we're on the larger characters, except for Ghostface, we do the button eye. One interesting thing about Harry Potter figures, they did not want the button eye. So all of our Harry Potter figures have a larger whip stitch eye. Not that anyone wanted to know that, but there you go.
So explain to me, how did you come up with the concept for the buttons? You said we were talking a little bit and you said the button wasn't exactly something that you were going to go with at first. Is that right?
No, we were. It's we that was part of the initial development. But because it's something you would actually do if you hand knit a figure and stuffed it. You would use buttons for eyes, just like you would, add eyebrows with embroidery thread. So we really try to keep true to how you would actually construct one of these. It was just the Harry Potter folks who said, no, we don't want these fake button eyes. We want whip stitch eyes. And we're like, sure, you're Harry Potter. You can have whip stitch eyes. You can have whatever you want.
Yeah, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat saying that I'm clearing shelf space, sold.
Yay!
Yeah. So I that's why I'm so glad that you guys were able to come on, because we were talking, you said, that you kind of did things backwards, whereas you got into the stores, but you didn't have the fan base. And
right.
I think that grassroots, and like I said, it was the small companies that turned me onto them. And then, talking to my pops, and I want this stuff. And so I want this stuff. He's got Gizmo in right now. What else did he said he's got Gizmo, Pooh, and one other one that he just got in. So those will be available soon through them.
I'm assuming he's getting
Anyway.
those through a distributor, probably Diamond Comics. But there, we have the product ready to ship. So if there's any retailers out there that want to go direct, you just need to buy in master cartons, and we'll hook you up. In fact, Mike is my head salesperson now. So again, I can hook you up with him. But we on our site, the hmbr.fan site, we run that. So I get all the products first. I get 2 master cartons flown in from the factories. So that's how I was able to put Superman up and Wonder Woman, because I got them in. So I'm being greedy and putting them up first.
They're saying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be great.
That would be great. I've definitely have my eye on that one.
Are we going to get Alien maybe?
Oh my God. So Fox, which is owned by Disney, I definitely want to do Alien. We concepted some of those back in the day and they look amazing. Ripley and the Xenomorph and stuff. So yeah, I've got my eye on getting a deal with Fox as well.
Nice.
Now, these are the knit series. They say knit series. So
Yes.
Are you guys planning on doing something else besides the knit, or will these all be knit?
Well, they're all going to be knit for a while because of the, Mike, look at Mike. But Mike and I have come up with a list of like 20 other handcraft type activities that would look amazing in these. Like, not that we would do this, but macaroni noodles or, matchsticks or, there's all sorts of fun ways you can take this. The robots are, interpreting handmade items.
We were thinking like art styles.
Yeah.
Cubist style, surrealistic style. Ones that look like Play-Doh. Yeah, we got a big list.
Yeah, but we're so enjoying the knit series now, and I knit. I mean, I don't wood carve, so it's a little more authentic.
I have one person. This is who actually got me hooked on these, and he wanted to pop in and say hi. So this is Nick, and this is from I Want This Stuff, and he wanted to say hello to you guys.
Hi.
I was super excited when you guys were going to come on. I'm a big fan of your guys' product. We've been ordering all of them. I didn't know that you guys did direct. So
you've been going through Diamond?
We've been getting them through Diamond.
Yeah.
So far, no issues with it. But now that you say that we can get direct.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, hook up with Mike. It's just, we unfortunately have to ship in master cartons.
Yeah.
But we can totally hook you up. So, and we're also trying to find a solution where we can help some of the smaller retailers directly by splitting up master cartons, but I haven't got there yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, thank you so much. We love, mean, you've been very supportive. I see all your stuff and we really appreciate it. One of the neatest things for me has been to be able to converse directly with the fan base. I mean, I'm on Instagram all the time. I helped some kid from Romania order the other day, like at 2 a.m. I was like, I'll go set up Romania as a site, a shipping zone in Shopify for you right now. So, and people are just passionate, and it brings my love of collecting and pop culture. It makes it even more exciting to be able to talk to everybody directly.
Yeah.
Instead of the Walmart buyer.
Yeah. I've seen both of you comment on our stuff. So
yeah.
I mean, that means a lot to us as, a retailer that's buying the product, because you have Funko that doesn't really do that. So it means a lot for us when you guys reach out to us and can give feedback and say
for sure
and stuff. But
Mike will be your new best friend and he will help you out. Trust me.
Yeah.
So and by the way,
I was just gonna say, you can just Insta me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then so we can.
Mike is one of those rare people that is an amazing artist and a sales guy. So you should check out his art too at Mike Cap Art. Is that your Instagram, Mike?
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I'm like this. I didn't know what the relationship was, and so I started looking at your stuff, and I was like, well, these are great, and I was like, I'm wondering how he ties into these cutesy little knitted vinyl figures over here, and then I was like, okay, now it makes sense.
And Justin Hillgrove, the main artist who Mary mentioned earlier, the Imston Monsters website, me and him are like best friends.
Yeah, that's how I met Justin, is through Mike.
So,
well, I'll ask this question for the entire panel. This was for Eric.
What's that?
So I'll ask this to all of you guys. The question for Eric, it was for Eric, but I'll ask everybody that's on the screen. If you were stuck on an island like Tom Hanks, which one of these would you want with you? Which one of the Handmade by Robots would you want with you?
I know my answer.
I know my answer. I'll let you guys go first.
Yeah.
Wow. So with Tom Hanks, Handmade Robots. Well, I got to go with Scooby Doo. All right, I'm gonna keep
That's a
Scooby
good
Doo.
call.
I'm gonna keep Scooby Doo with me to keep me company. He may be able to spot and hunt some food down on the island. So, I mean, hey, Scooby Doo, it is.
I am going to go with the Mystery Machine because it's my favorite figure we have coming out, and I can,
Yes.
and then I guess we're playing make believe, so maybe I could sleep in the Mystery Machine on the island. I don't know.
So you guys are expanding out to quote unquote like rides, correct?
What do you mean by that?
So you have the Mystery Machine, so
Mystery
that
Yes,
that's
yeah,
a vehicle.
Yes.
So perhaps could we get a DeLorean too?
I don't have that license, but no. But we do have some other things. So once we concepted the Mystery Machine and saw how cute it looked, it made me think we can do some other inanimate objects and make them look super cute. So we've got the factory from, in fact, I can show you and this is a micro. We've got the factory from Willy Wonka in a micro, and it's absolutely adorable. Let me see if I can find my camera.
Oh gosh,
That is so
I
cute.
want that.
Wow.
Let's see if I can turn it around here. Obviously, my hand model skills are not working out, but so yeah, that's cute. And then we also did. I'll show you a couple others. I'm probably going off the charts here, but here's Augustus Gloop.
Oh,
Oh,
look how cute.
And then let's see, who else can I show you? Violet. She's blue. What are you gonna do?
Oh, blueberry
Oh, wow.
violet. That's awesome.
It looks
some other
just,
ones.
it looks just like her.
It does.
We also did the boat, where they rode in the chocolate river and all shit came loose.
In
Oh,
the
yeah.
creepy
As I
acid
swear.
trip part.
That was the first time I swore, so I'd like to have somebody start counting.
We're not on a delay, Mary. There's not a 10-second delay
hit
on
the
this.
buzzer. Hit the buzzer.
No, it doesn't matter on here.
Okay.
I don't get in trouble if people swear. Thank goodness.
Let me show you the Mystery Machine. I'll share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I've been working with a Scooby and Cam on Instagram. He has been. Let me see. What am I doing here? He has been great, kind of spearheading my introduction to the Scooby-Doo market. So you can see the Mystery Machine there. I hope you can see it. There it is.
ooh.
And so it's adorable. And we're going to make the headlights glow in the dark and the taillights glow in the dark as well. I just did that today. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
let's spend more money. Let's spend another 18 cents on this figure. I'm
That's
in.
cool.
I do have a quick question.
Okay.
So we did just do a video today on new product that we got from you guys. And speaking about glow in the dark, we got the Oogie in.
Right.
And I really wish there was a glow in the dark version of that.
There is. And it's a
Okay.
GameStop exclusive, and we just shipped it to them.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's great. It's glow in the dark. It's got the GameStop exclusive sticker. And then we also just shipped them an exclusive ghost face with the glow in the dark face.
Gotcha.
So GameStop has those. But yes, unfortunately, it's a GameStop exclusive, but oh well.
What about like
I figured it would be. So
Yeah.
What
So
about
they're
like
asking,
a
how big
wrestle-
is the Mystery Machine?
What's that?
How big is the Mystery Machine going to be?
Well, because we wanted to fit in our box. She is, I don't know if it's a she or he really. She is shorter than the figures, so probably 3.75, but wider than the figures. She takes up the whole box. I'm going to call her she. She takes up the whole box across. And then we raised the blister inside that she shows in the window really well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What about WWE, like wrestling, like any type of opportunities to get some wrestling stuff? Or
They reached out to us during the virtual licensing show. I don't remember when that was, October. And I chatted with them, and they're kind of in the pipeline for further down. If a bigger retailer does sort of feature, then I'm able to justify going after that license. But right now, it's not at the top of my list.
If you're coming in, come on. 1 second. Let me grab the dog.
Matthew, you can blame us for that because I got Brandy hooked on these.
so for you guys, there's a lot of pop culture references in your company. But as a kid, who was your favorite growing up? Like, who did you guys, what was your go-to for as a kid?
Oh, Star Trek original series. I mean,
Star Trek.
I have a picture. I don't even know if I have it handy, but my sister and I, we had the Spock doll and the figurine and the Kirk doll, and we would turn all the lights off in the bathroom downstairs, and then we would set up, like, we went and got rocks from outside, and we'd put Spock kneeling with his phaser, and then I still have the Polaroid somewhere, and I have it framed because it's so. And then we had Spock clings on the sliding glass door, so we wouldn't walk through the sliding glass door. So it was definitely original series for me, 100%.
Okay.
So you have Pop Tart, and this is Fenway.
Hi, Fenway.
So she's a Boston Terrier. She's actually say, I'm having surgery tomorrow, so I can't eat anything past midnight.
Oh boy, hungry pup.
All right, go get in your bed.
And Mike, what about you?
For me, it was the $6 Million Man and the band Kiss.
Oh yeah.
Specifically, the lead guitarist Ace Frehley.
So did you get to see a lot of concerts? When you?
I never got to see any concerts of Kiss until they started doing their kind of like reunion tours and stuff like that when I was more as an adult. Good thing Kiss from the 90s till just a few years ago, they kept having reunion tours. So
Yeah.
So I got to see them a few times
Nice.
as an adult, but I would never go see them without Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, the original drummer and original lead guitar. The other guys those imposters who came in wearing their makeup, I would not pay money to watch them.
So I've always wanted to ask a company this, or the creators, do you guys keep one of every single one of the characters that you've made?
I do have one of everything, I'm pretty sure. I've got one of everything. I don't know where they're all at, but I do have one of everything for sure.
Mike, what about you?
I'm hoping that Mary will give me one of each.
I might have some extras for you.
I was telling Brandy backstage is that you and I actually live literally 5 minutes from each other.
Yeah. When his power's out, my power's out. When it snows 12 inches, him and I are in the same boat.
So when Mary gives me one of each in the assortment, I'm not even really going to call that a collection. I'm just going to call that retirement.
Okay, good. I like it, Mike.
And a couple protos.
So one of the questions was, and yes, there are protos. Mary, you have a couple protos. You just showed us some protos of the Willy Wonka. So they're asking, are you guys going to do anything like that where you guys will do like giveaways for prototypes or like the Funko's artist proofs?
Yeah, we have. I've actually reached out to the 3 factories we use and asked them to save everything and send it on over, because people have been asking me on Instagram, and so it kind of like, oh yeah, maybe I should be keeping this stuff. So yeah, I do have some interesting, unpainted samples, or like I have. We were testing out a glow in the dark clear. So I have, and I said, just do whatever figure you have, on the line. So this is Simba as a glow in the dark with no paint, so I have all sorts of like this. And then we also did.
That's so cool.
We were working with.
I saw your eyes light up.
Oh, I love them.
We actually did a bunch of scented samples too, because we were working with, God, who was I working with? I can't remember. I was working with General Mills, and they wanted to maybe do some cereal stuff. And so we did a bunch of scented samples, which they all smelled like ass, honestly. So I didn't do any, but I do have those samples as well. But they would just pour the scent in anything they had in production. So I've got some weird combos for sure.
Now I'm sure we could come up with some characters who maybe smell like ass. That would actually make sense.
It would apply. I like it.
Yeah.
No, we have stuff like when the licensors, like the WB, we had a Batman, not just with a straight line mouth, like the serious face. We had him frowning, and they're like, no, fix that. So I have that sample where he's actually frowning. He looks super bad. So yeah, I've got all sorts of things hanging around.
What about like franchises like something like the Golden Girls or Full House? Now obviously we recently had some passings. How does that affect with licensings or something that you were going to acquire down the road? I mean, is there certain like things that you would go after, or be, if there is a passing, you're like, I can't go after the Golden Girls, something along those
Not
lines.
necessarily, but each licensor has, an A stable, a B, and a C, and they'll charge different royalty rates on the different groups. So what we try to do is not just go in and get one license from somebody. We try to go in and like an MGM, we have like 6 or 7. Warner Brothers, we have like 30. So any of those one-off, I don't even know who has Golden Girls, to be honest. So I would have to go and check. But those kind of things, because our timeline is so far out, like if I could instantly make, a Golden Girl as a tribute, I would, but I can't. It would be in a year. So
Right.
I mean, the timelines are just too long to react to that kind of those kind of happenings in a quick manner.
Okay.
So we've got people from all over the country in here, and even some all over the world, Canada and places like that. Are you guys going to be doing more cons in the future? The bigger one, like you did Emerald City, which is a big one, but are you going to be doing like San Diego or anything like
Yep,
that?
we're working through that. I'm trying to develop a little team because, really Mike and I have always been, kind of behind the scenes, doing like toy fair and meeting with the retailers, but we've never been in front of the consumer like that. So Emerald City Comic Con was our first go around. It was so much fun. And that's really where our social media took off. We did these little cards. In fact, you probably saw them. I pack them in all the orders, this little QR code card. And we handed those out, and instantly our Instagram got, extra couple hundred followers. We're like, oh, this is great. And then that really started this grassroots fan interaction. And I think it's so important to keep doing that. And it really energizes us to go talk to people. I mean, I had a guy dressed as, Sloth, and we took photos together. And so I love it. So we're building a little team that we're going to start figuring out what regional shows and what bigger shows we want to go to. In fact, Michael McCool, who's in the chat, who I met on Instagram, we've already talked to him about, helping us put a team together that travels around to these events. And I, we're really excited. We really want to do it, but we got to get it right.
I'm your girl.
Okay. You're my girl. Gotcha.
So usually, usually like in New York in February, they get the New York fair, right? The American International Toy Fair. So do you usually go to like some of these toy fairs to maybe gain? Okay, so you get a better idea of like maybe what's coming out on the market or what other people are doing.
Right. So Toy Fair is great. Unfortunately, it just got canceled again. We were scheduled. We had our booth set up, and Mike and I have gone to Toy Fair together for 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
And my dogs are racing around in the background. I apologize. One of them weighs 160 pounds, so I'm sure you can hear him trapping around. So that is where we meet a lot of licensors as well, not only the licensing show, because they walk the show and they see our products like, hey, I really want to, like I told you guys a story about how Disney found us. I think that was before, but they came to the booth, and because they were so interested in Handmade by Robots and what it was, they didn't know if it was plush or if it was vinyl, and after we explained it to them, and Mike and I did the dog and pony, and they had their name tags turned around because they always do that. They don't want you to be like, oh, Disney.
Jump all over.
Yeah, they were like, hey, would you be interested in working with us? And they flipped their name tags around. And I was like, yeah, I think we can work something out there, Disney. So yeah, I'm bummed that we're not going to that show because I would love to see what other licenses are out there that, I haven't thought of, or, it's a great place to meet the licensors. It's a great industry show. I love that show, but canceled.
We actually were supposed to be going out to that too this year. And we were super excited for it, but.
Well, we'll see you there next year for sure. But yes, we definitely want. Mike's committed in the chat. So Mike, you're committed now to doing these cons. So everyone, talk to Mike.
So I just pulled up their website so you guys can see, because so like here's Winnie the Pooh. There's Stitch from Disney. You've got Scar and Mike. You were saying that the one from the Lion King are like some of your favorite packages there.
Yeah, I mean, I was when we were backstage, Mary, I was just saying how the line started coming out, but when we were at Emerald City Comic Con, I got to see 40 SKUs all next to each other. Right. And I said, now the Lion King not necessarily are ones that I would collect on my own and stuff like that. But the way that they looked with the colors and the figure and the way with the colors of the packaging were totally, the overall product were my favorites, and that's the way it is with all of them. It's just the all around package of the figure, and the packaging is just phenomenal. It was
They look
really
great.
really
Yeah.
great to see them all next to each other.
And it's great to see them at retail. Like we have a local shop here called Bobacon, and they have a ton of the figures. And to see them all on the shelf, they look all unique yet very uniform, and just tell a really great story. One thing I've noticed on the website, which I love, people are buying collections. They'll buy all 4 of the Goonies collections together, or they'll buy Scooby and Shaggy together. And so I love that people are building those collections, of their favorite, genres.
So there was somebody in there who wanted to know if you would just go ahead and do a withdrawal from their paycheck each week, and then just kind of send them that way.
We can arrange that.
So with the Goonies one, so you have obviously Mama Fratelli, which I was excited to see her, and then you had Sloth and Chunk. Are you bringing out Mikey and Mouth and
well,
Data?
did you go to the website and pull up One-Eyed Willie? He's new.
Yep.
Oh, I love One-Eyed Willie. He's great.
Yeah, so he's new, and then it's done really well. I mean, Walmart originally they just brought in Chunk and Sloth, and I just got their spring placements today, and they're bringing in Mama Fratelli and One-Eyed Willie. One of the interesting things about the big box stores, so Walmart in the past has been a little late to trends, let's face it, right? But they did something really neat this last 2 years. They've hired a outside firm, and this guy that is the main curator, Kenneth, is uber knowledgeable in pop culture. He's got a really good eye. So they've hired this outside team to work with smaller companies like ours. It's not Funko or, some of the bigger ones that go directly to Walmart. And then they're able to curate a really nice collection. So they have 1,200 stores they're in, where they're able to build out this 18-foot wall of really interesting things. So we're really actually very thankful to them to get us in there, because it really helped kick us off with, the BDA version of Handmade by Robots. So even though people think, Walmart is a little late to the party, in this case, they were early. So thank you, Walmart.
So they're asking any Mad Hatters. Ruker says we need Chucky and Tiffany, and then Christina was asking about sports. Like, are you guys going to go into the sports mascots?
That is a great comment. So first of all, yes, we have Alice in Wonderland. So we have actually concepted 4 or 5 figures of those, but we really, been trying to. We only got so much time, so we've been, trying to get them the hot ones, or the ones we have placed at retail first. But BDA, the company I work for, is the #1 supplier of in-stadium giveaways for NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL. So the first 3 figures, we've done a ton of concepts for. So the Baltimore Ravens Poe mascot, full size, is in. What I want to say, it's drawn and it's in approval stages. There is a Washington National one's coming out, and one of the things, because how good the Mystery Machine looked, Zamboni is doing a Zamboni, and then in the driver's seat we've put a little area where they can do the mascot from the team and have him sitting in the Zamboni, and it's
Don't do any for Detroit, because all of our teams stink right now.
Noted. No, but so that'll just get more eyes on the brand as well, and I'm excited about that. And so yeah, the sports thing I'm a huge sports nut, so I'm excited about that.
Speaking of sports, Mike, how do you feel about Big Ben?
Well, I tell you what, I remember back in, was it 2004 Maddox? I mean, there was from the 70s, from Terry Bradshaw, but in between Big Ben, it was harsh. Those 80s and early 90s, those were lean years. We kind of had a little bit there about Flash with when we were in the Super Bowl that we lost to with Dallas and stuff like that. But Big Ben, I remember in 2004 when Maddox got hurt, and here's this rookie comes in and just kept winning and just kept winning and just kept winning. I'm kind of glad he retired now, because he just wasn't the same. I went back and watched after I watched the last playoff game where they got whooped by the Chiefs pretty good. I went back and I watched a bunch of highlights of him back in the day, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the Big Ben I remember. So I'm remembering the big Ben.
Yeah, the Big Ben when he first came out. See, Troy Polamalu, I actually have his jersey.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, that's a good one too.
You weren't a A
Do you have
big
a lock
Bubby
of
Brister?
choice hair? Bubby
Oh,
Brister. No, thank you.
So I introduced Mike to fantasy football. So I won one year, and then the following year, Mike went nuts, and like he had dry erase boards in his house. He would get up early and get his coffee, and he'd go do the research and figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I unfortunately had to hand over my trophy to him the following year because he kicked my butt. So
I took it very seriously.
he did, very serious.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so they're talking now. They're I've skewed them over to talking about sports now, about the Saints lost their coach.
Where'd
Sean
he go?
Payton. I don't know. Did he get fired or did he quit? I like the Lions' new head coach, and I saw a difference in the team as far as their playing, their passion for playing again. But I'm sorry to everyone out there. I am not rooting for Matthew Stafford to make the Super Bowl, because if he couldn't do it in 12 years into Detroit, then I don't want to see him do it the first year in LA.
Yeah, so he's stepping down. Sean Payton's stepping down after 16
Oh, interesting.
years.
Oh, he's retiring. Okay. Well, Bobbert just went and bought 2 more. Mary, when you get out of here, you probably got about 10 or 15 more orders.
So it's funny. I have the Shopify app on my phone, and it makes this great cash register noise, cha-ching, cha-ching. And during this whole show, it's going cha-ching, cha-ching. So, and ironically, so our company's huge, right? And we have all sorts of websites and whatever. But I'm doing all the fulfillment myself because because this division of BDAs, we're kind of off on the side, and I'm kind of doing my own thing. So yes, I'm your warehouse person as well.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, that's good to know, though, that you two in particular have such a passion for what you're doing. Because some of us think, once toy companies or collectible companies get into the big box stores, it's kind of like, all right, well, we don't care anymore. And that's, if you ask anybody in this room over the past couple years, the level of customer service on when they ship those out. So I had a question for you guys, and it's going to segue into that, is that, did you guys make these to be collected, to be in box? Because the box art is amazing. Let me show you Oogie Boogie. Let me show you everybody Oogie Boogie here.
So I want to mention Andrea, who I think is in the chat. She's my project manager, and she is in charge of all the box approvals. She works with the licensor, and she's a badass, man. She gets on the factories with paint issues. I mean, this girl is dialed in, so she's really helping me keep the level, as we increase in more quantities. She is on it. So in fact, my import people are like, God, Andrea sent us another email about paint, but it's okay. It's we want to make sure they're really good quality.
Well, the boxes are amazing. That's why I have mine still in box. But as you can see, I keep those in box. But were these meant to be out of box? Like, is that what your hope was?
I think you should do both. You know what I mean? That's how I've always done it. You collect one, you keep it in the box, and then the other one you take out of the box, and you showcase both. So anybody who just orders one is a fool.
See, just like that. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of orders come through where they're buying 2, and I see people take them out of the box and put them back in the box. So I mean, I agree with you. The box art is amazing. We're putting a lot of time and effort into finding great assets from the licensor to put on there. And we just redid actually the original box for Ghostface, Hannibal Lecter, and Leatherface. Well, we added more art from the licensors. For Ghostface, we covered it in blood. It looks like it's been at a crime scene. It's awesome. So
that's a good note for the collectors out there.
Yeah,
there's new packaging, same figure, but there's new packaging out for the 3 original horror SKUs that came out. So
now this is going to be where now we're going to be looking for the original packaging.
Yes, yeah. And actually we changed the box size too. Our original box was a little bit bigger, but we felt like there was a lot of wasted space. And then of course with container fees going from $2,500 to $17,000, if I could fit 400 more in a container, I was going to do it, right? So we actually and it actually helps retailers put more on the shelf and all that good stuff. So the box size has changed slightly. Can I show you a few more figures?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. I will put you back up big screen.
I just read that. 1 to rock, 1 to stock.
There you go. So here's Carrie.
Oh, wow, Carrie.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I'm backwards. But yeah, so she looks great. We covered her in blood. So her blood is actually shiny. This one took a while to get right because her dress color we messed around with. But yeah, she looks amazing.
So
I just rewatched
Mary,
that show too.
I don't know if you have a sample yet, but this is for Eric. But this is the one that I would take, the one that I'm thinking of now. This is the one that I would take on the island.
I can't see you, Mike.
We can't see.
Oh.
There we go. Show me.
Oh, no. I was going to ask you if you had the sample. But for my answer, like the one that I would take on an island with me, and I was wondering if you had a sample to show for Eric, is the Nun.
I do.
Ooh.
Because I would take that one on the island because it would protect me from anything that wanted to eat me.
Here is the Nun.
Yeah, check that out.
Oh, nice.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I like the yellow, the eyes.
So there is a glow in the dark version. It's a GameStop exclusive coming out, and her habit is glow in the dark.
Wow.
But that is creepy. You know, I was talking to my project manager, Andrea, this morning, and, you know, I have all these samples downstairs in my shipping area, and I've got the Nun, and I got Buffalo Bill, and I got Buffalo Bill and Precious, and I got all these crazy figures. I'm like, should I be scared that they're going to come to life and get me? But I have a lot of creepy stuff in my house right now, but it's okay.
Yes, you should, because I just finished Annabelle Creation last night.
Oh, that was a good one. I thought that was really good.
That was good.
Yeah.
That is the worst doll ever made. That Annabelle is like creepy. I won't even like. I know there's a real one. I won't even go anywhere near where that thing's being kept.
Maybe Eric has
The
one.
museum. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You want me to let her out?
Oh,
Yeah, let her out. Let her out.
Well, we can do one of the giveaways right now. The first person who wins is going to. You can choose between Leatherface and Oogie Boogie. And then I have 2 shirts from MI Pops as well. So there is this kind of royal blue one with this logo on it, and then this one is glow in the dark,
That's
which
fun.
is the same one I have, and the glow is sick on this. So I'm going to put a link in there, and we're gonna go put hashtag handmade, and it's just from last week when we featured those. So hang on one second, I'll give you guys, and then we'll do the random comment picker and pick a winner. So hang on one minute here. Mary, did you have other ones that you wanted to show off? Some of the concept ones?
I got all sorts of stuff. I mean, we could do this all day. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and one of the things I love is, I don't know if you guys have seen, but the house from Silence of the Lambs that they found Buffalo Bill in, or, you know, Clarice did. It was up for sale like 2 years ago, and this guy who's actually a film and prop movie guy and a huge pop culture fan, he got in it. He's like, I'm going to buy that place and redo it and make it like a haunted bed and breakfast for people. And so he actually bought Buffalo Bill's house, and it's on Instagram. I think it's just Buffalo Bill's house. And it is amazing, the detail he's put into it. He's got the sewing room downstairs where the guy was making, you know, his little skin outfits. It looks exactly the same. So he's going to do a little giveaway of our figures, but this is how he found me, because he saw this one. This is Buffalo Bill and Precious, the dog.
Oh, wow. That looks amazing. I like that.
Yeah, this one I love.
Okay, you're just gonna have to sit in my lap because you're annoying me.
And then what else do I have? Oh, I have a new Hannibal Lecter. This is Hannibal in the blue jumpsuit. We did him.
Okay.
What else do I have? The Nun you saw. Carrie you saw.
Are you going to do Clarice?
I don't know. You know, we drew up a sketch of her, and she was like, whatever. Okay. Yeah, and we also, back in the day, we did, you know, X-Files. And those actually turned out pretty cute, but she kind of reminded me of Scully, because she was like in a little suit and, you know, a little FBI.
What about the Walking Dead? You know.
Oh, we had that license back at the old company. We did great with it for a while, but no, I will not go there, just because it's, you know, I gotta make sure, even as such a hardcore pop culture fan I am, I gotta make sure I'm fiscally responsible in the licenses I choose, because I still want a job.
So, like, you know, Jason, at $7 a pop, have you considered doing protectors for the boxes so that they're kept, you know, dust free and scuff free?
So Mike and I have gone down this rabbit hole big time. So we've come up with an exterior like shell, like just a cardboard box sleeve that we can put it in. But it just, you know, we're working through that actually with Hot Topic right now, because they want us to wrap every single one in bubble wrap. And I'm like, no. So yeah, we're working through that, trying to see if that's something we can do in the future, to put each one in a sleeve. But unfortunately, the larger retailers don't want us to do that, because that's extra work for them to open a master carton, take the thing out of the inner carton. So I've got to, you know, it's a lot of You see, I love those, the plastic ones. So I don't know if I should sell those on the site or what I should do. I need help. Help me. Help me
So
figure it
that's
out.
why I was asking Mike, because he knows $7 a pop. $7 a pop
Yeah.
has these that they will do, and they can put the Handmade by Robots logo on the top of it for you, so they're branded. And they do all different sizes. So they have like the 2-packs, they have 5-packs, they have for the 10-inch and everything else. And then they actually have acrylic ones. So, eventually these are these ones that the original ones that you have, they have acrylic ones that are like for the super rare ones that are going to be valuable, because obviously we all collect them because we love them, but also we collect for value as well, because we know that, certain ones are worth more than others.
Yeah,
so I would reach out to them.
When I was, I actually, at Toy Fair, when I was talking to Jason at $7 a pop for the acrylic ones, he actually brought one over, and we put Handmade by Robot in it, and it actually fits. It fits
Really?
very well.
Was that the old box or the new box, Mike?
That was the old box, so that would have been
Okay.
2 years ago box, but it would still fit the smaller one. But yeah, so yeah, the ones that Brandy's talking about are the ones for people on their shelves. Ones that even taking it a step farther of not taking it out of box, but then putting the box in a protective.
So yeah, Mike and I have been working on figuring out a solution that satisfies everyone, collectors, retailers, and all that good stuff. So it's on the list. It's on the list, the long list of things to do.
So Eric, the Buffalo Bill with Precious inside the box also comes with a little packet of hand lotion.
Oh wow, that nice.
You're kidding.
No, that's Mike.
Did I? We're not doing that.
All right, Mike.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
No, Mike. No.
I sorry. I thought that was one that we were going to do for an FYE exclusive.
No.
Oh, okay.
FYE's been
Sorry
FYE.
about that, everybody.
So FYE, a regional retailer, they've done really nice supporting the brand as well. So they did that FYE Ghostface exclusive with the silver and the blood on the knife. So, and they're going to do a couple more exclusives next year as well.
Yeah, they're going
to. I gotta ask.
But we're not going to tell you which ones yet. But we're going to do
with the Ghostface. How can you just with the pink? What brought that on to go with the pink?
So they have 8 colors that are approved that you can do. The white, metallic green, which we did for ECCC, metallic purple, metallic, what are the other ones? Then there's a fluorescent orange, fluorescent pink, fluorescent green, and I think there's one other one. And those are the ones. So we knew we could get those approved for the licensor, but we have a couple tricks up our sleeve with them looking at some new colors and maybe some other variants as well. But those are approved. Those are mask colors that they already do. So those are pretty easy to get done.
Very cool.
Oh, that's cool. Any couple more minutes, you guys. We'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll run it for the first one. For you guys can choose which one. Thank you again to MI Pops. They're huge fans, and they literally. I was telling Mike before the show. They sent me a picture. It was like last Thursday or Friday or something like that, and they had probably 4 or 5 of the Oogie Boogies and like 3 or 4 of the Leatherface in, and they had 1 of each left today. I mean, they're going
that's
quick,
awesome.
and that's why like when I looked you up. First of all, I didn't expect you guys to even respond, but so I was super shocked when you did. But I just see this as like, this is the jumping off point. I mean, you see how many, just from my little channel, how many orders that you've gotten, more of this grassroots stuff. And that's what I said. If you guys come to Motor City Comic Con and you need somebody to just like be boots on the floor and say like, this is why you should buy this. I swear I'm your girl. I don't want anything for it because I just believe in this. I the very first time when I saw it on Nick's auction on Whatnot, and I fell in love. And it's the cuteness factor of it. But it's also the part that you guys have made them look so realistic to the character, where it's not completely out of the realm, that you know who that is. You can tell that that's
right.
Sloth. You can tell it's Jack.
I was just gonna say, so who here on the chat and stuff like that? Who's gonna start the fan club? Because Funko has the Funko Fanatics.
Yay! Yeah, we always
Mike
laugh. We have so many followers that say, Mike likes Funko or Bob and his Funko Pops. But I'm like, somebody start a fan account.
We got to come up with a clever name, though.
Yeah. So I was just gonna go off of what Brandy was saying. Is this was kind of a slow burn product for us. So we brought them in because they're brand new.
Right.
So we brought them in and we were like, well, we're not sure how these are going to do, but we loved them. Like my dad and I personally, we loved them instantly. And we brought them in and they sat for like a couple weeks. We pushed them out a little bit and they were gaining a little bit. And then we started introducing them onto Whatnot.
Okay.
And I believe we were the first ones on Whatnot to start pushing them on there. And that's when Brandy got hooked on it. And that's when we started seeing them start going and going and going. And
Bunny's bidding them up $25 a piece.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mike,
we need side business.
We had them on our website and they were starting to go day by day, multiples too. And I'm like, these are really catching on. And my dad was like, these are going to be the next huge thing, maybe like a Funko or someone like that. And Eric, he actually bought the last Bunny Suit Ralphie. And that was the quickest selling one for us, was that one. And then Sorcerer Mickey was the next biggest one.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
And
yeah.
Those sold out instant. I mean, once we announced it, it sold out.
Sorry, Christina Payne.
Yeah. Christina was mad at you, dude. She was DMing us and she's like, freaking Eric, I swear.
Well, I told Christina if she wins, because we're going to do a couple giveaways tonight. So I've got the Batman, which is coming, that we'll be doing. And then my Patreons are on a wheel that we'll do right before the end. They will get to pick one off of your site, whichever one that they want. I will purchase that directly from Handmade by Robots and then have that sent directly to that person. But this one will be, so we got 31 comments on that. And let's see who our first winner is.
Good luck.
Good luck, everybody.
Come on.
Tats. Congratulations.
Yay.
Nice, Tats.
So Tats, you got to let me know. So the glow in the dark t-shirt is a 3X and the blue one is an XL. And then which one that you want, Tats? If you want Leatherface or Oogie Boogie. So I can mark that so I don't forget.
This is so much fun. I love doing this. I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to tell your people. But now that
I hope they didn't puke because I was so nervous before this.
We could always
this is great.
do duck races. Put their names in and do duck races.
And which shirt do you want? You want the glow shirt or you want the blue shirt? Hey, Rachel.
What's up, Sassy?
Hey, Sass.
We're getting some new followers too, so thank you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, literally, huge fan.
Oh, let me check. Let me see here. Oh no, I'm losing followers.
Oh no, Mike, that's a bummer.
What did I say? Oh, it was the lotion thing.
Lotion. It was the lotion.
They were mad
comment.
that I tricked them.
Blue shirt and
Oh, I did get a text though, Mary. I got a text from Jen, Andrea's sister.
Oh yeah.
She says that this show's killing it.
Oh good. So they're watching, the sisters.
So they're watching too. All right.
Thank you, ladies. All right. So thank you again to MI Pops. And I think I have this to show. So if you guys can show them some love, tell them thank you. That's their website. They do drops every Thursday night. I think we were talking about possibly putting the Handmade by Robots products on the drops, but they're selling out so crazy that they can't keep them in. But if you won tonight, please give them a shout out at MI Funko Pops and show them some love. Say thank you because it was amazing for them to kick these in. So Tats, I need your address too because I'm pretty sure if I had it, I don't have it anymore. So Tats is Oogie Boogie. And blue.
So Michael, who's been on the chat, I gave him access to our Facebook, which had nothing on it, right? We didn't have anything. So he's got at least got a logo and a couple posts up, and then he's got access to my TikTok too. So he might be do some naked dancing or something. I don't know, but I'm excited. So
Well, you're the
we'll
only
see
thing
what he
on my
comes up with.
TikTok. In fact, I had never posted anything on TikTok until I knew you guys were coming on. I'm like, let's give it a shot. And the very first video when I posted you guys on there, it was like almost 700 views.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I was asking the girls, they're 20, almost 21 and 24, and I was like, is that good? And they're like, for a first one, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
For
I
the
push.
fan club name, I saw something pop up. It said Handmade by Robots Army.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
Our
that was,
HMBR Army.
HMBR Army. Reminds me of Kiss Army. Back in the
I
day.
think that's what he was going for. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give
Michael
me his address
says
or her address,
he's
and
going
I'll
to
send
do
him a
only
Christmas card.
Michael says in the chat he's only going to do a semi-naked TikTok, so that's cool. So we'll keep it PG.
Hey, Ghoul, I'll have to find you on TikTok because I found you on YouTube, but I'll find you on TikTok as well. The Knitbot.
So
Ooh,
I was gonna
Geekbot.
ask you. So the toy industry is often compared to the fashion industry, where you get like styles and trends, and they shift. You know, they become seasonal. So sometimes the attention grabbing hot toy can become the tomorrow's toy box filler. So when it comes to your product line, you know, what's a good company philosophy to bring in these long-lasting consumer apparel? Like you obviously are going with a lot of fan base items that we enjoy. You know, so is that something that you feel very strong about as your growth potential? You know, with this business, or is there a lot of other areas that you do have your eye on that maybe like I can't wait to show you guys these and just kind of.
That's a great question. So we really like to stick with evergreen properties because from an inventory perspective and from a longevity perspective of the interest of the consumer, those always work better. And that's where my heart lives, is of those evergreen properties. You heard Mike, his favorite is $6 Million Man. So those kinds of things really, float our boat. But the retailers love to get in on a hot trend. Anime is super hot, but Mike and I have some experience with anime back from our previous company, and it didn't go so good. It was not fun. Literally approvals, like Mike was joking around earlier, it took 6 months. And it was a Loot Crate product. We just went ahead and made it and had them approve it after the fact. It's terrible. So, and I know that I had discussions with a couple anime properties recently. And I brought up that concern, and they honestly said, Mary, it hasn't got any better. You'd be looking at a really long window. So anime, my customers and my retailers want, but I don't think I'm going to go there because I'm not confident in getting product on shelf in a timely manner. And anime properties come and go pretty fast. There are some evergreen properties. So that would be an example of one that, we're probably not going to touch.
I have a box of anime Funkos over there that are just sitting because I don't like anime.
Yeah. So, and that's another thing. I don't watch anime. So, and I'm kind of driving the boat. So I'm like, okay, So,
but the detail is really good, though. There are some pops. There's some anime stuff that is really good and detailed.
Yeah.
And so there is a good following for the anime. 100%. So
agreed. So yeah, it is. There's a lot of different factors we have to balance. I have to be a responsible employee and make sure that I make things that we're going to sell. But the rebel in me miss, like, I'm going to get this license because I really like it. So there's a little of both going on. I see an Evil Knievel comment. That would be fun. That is a license we had previously. So Mike, I want to tell you tell your 2 Funko celebrity stories, interactions that I think are hilarious.
So Funko, when this is back when I first started in 2005, I got a call from Mr. T, who we were doing a Mr. T bobblehead, and he was doing a bunch of shows over in the UK, and he was like, I need my Mr. T bobbleheads. I need them shipped over. I need this many master cases sent over. Is there people love me here? They still love me here. And he was the greatest guy to talk to on the phone. So wonderful. And then I don't know how, that was the first one I got. So I'm like, yay, hooray. Then that same year, Evil Knievel called and was the meanest person I have ever talked to on the phone.
Really?
Who are you? Let me talk to somebody who's really in charge. I don't like your voice. What's wrong with you? And I was always an Evel Knievel fan growing up. I waited 3 hours at the TV waiting for him to jump the sharks and stuff like that, And then, like, come on, do it. And I was, sometimes how they say, never meet your heroes. Crushed.
My giant mastiff is named Mr. T, so that is his official name.
Oh, that's awesome. So Mark has a question: will there ever be a Handmade by Robots mascot like Funko has Freddy?
That is a great question, and
awesome
so the robots themselves, we really haven't developed what the robots look like. These robots in the factory that are making these things for you. So we're going to probably have some sort of robot mascot at some point, but we really want to take our time to develop it and have it be a fun story. I know on the box itself, you can see the message from the robots. It's on the side panel, which is really fun. And so, yeah, so that's a little story, them talking to you about what they're trying to do. I think my favorite part of that is that may your acquaintances find value in such meaningless activities. So like giving gifts and, all those kinds of things. So, yeah, we'll develop a mascot. We've been thinking about it. We want to tell the robot story, and we want to, make sure that the robots are part of the packaging more, all those kinds of things. We thought about making Pop-Tart, my dog, the mascot, but he's weird.
We're going to have to come up with a jingle too.
Oh, good, Mike. I have all sorts of jingles.
We used to come up with jingles all the time.
Yeah.
But they were all maybe not for the
No.
mass market.
I used to sing over the makeup stuff and just sing over I used to repeatedly sing the Cars for Kids jingle over the intercom at work. And then they finally took intercom access away from me. So
did you see what just popped up? These look familiar. You used to do Big Daddy from BioShock.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
so we did.
Yeah,
there is a Big Daddy that we did for Loot Crate, and there is a Psycho Bandit that we did for Loot Crate as well. So the in order, I think I can do an order, Mike. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I know our two Ghostface, Stay Puft and Slimer were the first two, and then Spock and Kirk, and then Psycho Bandit and Big Daddy, and then I don't remember the rest. Let me look.
I think that was it.
Well, there were 7
pins and stickers. Would that require a different licensing agreement, or is that something?
Yes. Yeah. So most of them, I'm trying to be a little more in my licensing agreements, adding those kinds of things. Some people will let us do it anyway, like the folks at Exurbia with Leatherface. They're great. They'll let us do some other stuff. The folks at Fun World for the Ghostface, they're fantastic. And they've let us branch out a little bit if we need to. One of the cool things, and I'm just sending that to RJ Tolbert next week, is we did for our Emerald City Comic Con, we did a giant inflatable Pennywise in the styling of Handmade by Robots. For Toy Fair, we did a inflatable Ghostface, and it looks amazing. So we're sending him that so he can use it at his events and that kind of thing, but they're pretty fun. So yeah, we're trying to really stay targeted on the figures themselves, but we do venture out into other products at times.
So this is a good idea here. It says name the robot Army, or you could even spell it ARMIE, Army, and your fan club is the Army, the robot Army.
That's fun.
That's very intellectual.
Mike, write that down.
And JLH has now gone up to 5, so he was at 3, then 4, and now they're at 5 purchased.
There's a guy in Portland who is up to, I think, 18 figures, and I don't have any communication. I just keep writing him little notes. He was the first one to buy Batman Micro, and he was the first one to get a Harley Quinn, and he's going to have to move to a bigger house, I think, here pretty quick, but I love it because he's on his 4th or 5th order, and I'm like, oh, there's Robert again. Thank you, Robert.
Now, would there be like something like subscription where I could be like, say I like horror, so I'm going to pay a certain amount a month, and I have an opportunity to get one handmade robot with horror, maybe something else thrown in there, like anything that you might do something like that?
Well, subscription boxes is a slippery slope. So I honestly no. I mean, Mike and I have some experience with that, and it's just a whole nother. If there's a subscription box out there that wants to put Handmade by Robots in it, we'd love to chat, but no, we wouldn't do it directly.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened with Loot Crate. They got, before the bankruptcy or whatever, they got so far behind, and then they just lost their entire audience.
Yeah, they owed us a lot of money. But oh well. But
Yeah,
when I tell you what, when it was riding high and they were ordering a million pieces of something, it was like Mike and I would go out to lunch and have a couple beers and talk about how awesome we were. And then
How many for The Walking Dead? How many of those ears soap on the rope?
we did the
That
ear
was like
soap on a rope.
600,000
Oh,
pieces.
yeah, 600,000.
Yeah,
And then, but if you count how many ears we made, it was 2.4 million ears.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was interesting going back and forth because just a little tidbit on AMC and The Walking Dead. So anytime you do a product of a walker, the skin tone is really important because if it's from earlier in the show, it's a certain skin tone. If it's a couple seasons later, they want it to be more of a little weathered walker skin tone. So those ears, I mean, we had 8 or 9 protos because we had to get the color just right.
My mom's asking if you guys would consider doing any of them for breast cancer or autism or things like that.
Yeah, if there's of course. We'd have to figure out what character to do or how that would work, but absolutely.
So I don't know if you can see right there is all my pink boxes. Those are all the breast cancer ones. So they did like well-known characters like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. They just did them in all pink tones. I mean, fun. I wouldn't want you guys to, obviously anybody to think you guys are copying, but something, along that line where you did it in that way. I mean, they did the same thing for Valentine's Day. They have the reds and the pinks and the whites that are Valentine's Day. But, if you, for things like autism where or if you guys partner up with some of these great foundations or something where you did that. So the like autism, breast cancer, all those different kinds of foundations and stuff like that. I mean, you guys could, get in those windows as well and expand your audience.
Yeah, that's actually wrote that down. That's a great idea. BDA has a lot of philanthropy. And one of the big things they would do is the Fred Hutch Cancer Center here in Seattle. So that I just made that note. Thank you, Brandy.
Yeah, they said and Pride. That was
yep.
Down syndrome. Yep.
I saw that.
Oh.
I was going to say, I saw one of those comments pop up. It says, your show is a pricey one tonight.
Yeah,
yeah, there it
is. All right, let's give away number 2 here, which will be Leatherface with the glow-in-the-dark t-shirt, which actually I think goes together. So I just dropped that link again. We'll see if we have any new ones. Obviously, Tats already won one, so Tats, if it comes up Tats again, we won't be available to win 2, but and you must be present. So if the person isn't here, we will.
My phone just chinged again. Thanks, guys.
We don't have any comments. All right, here we go. Congratulations!
All right,
congratulations, Vice's
Nazarene, nice job.
So Nazarene, you're gonna get the other t-shirt in Leatherface. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram and DM and send me your address because I will. I'm gonna print those labels off tonight so they can go out tomorrow.
Congrats, Nazarene. Congrats. Good
I was
job.
gonna say a super cute one that would be cute for a breast cancer would be this one.
Oh yeah.
All pink.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think that would be a really cool one. But.
So we have these things that help people that help with our channels, and we call them Patreons is one of the versions. And because I'm not up to the watch hours yet to where I can go get monetized, through YouTube. I am like you guys. I'm in the infancy phase of my channel here. So again, that's why I was completely shocked that you guys agreed to come on. Because I don't have 15,000 subs or 100,000 subs. So I'm in awe. I think this has been a great conversation, and I've had so much fun tonight. But I have Patreons, and they help support the channel. So what I'm going to do, I have a different, which is a wheel. Mary, I think there's 13. So pick a number between 1 and 13, and whatever that is, that number person, whoever it lands on, will be get to go to your website, pick one. I will purchase it and have it directly shipped to them.
I'm going to go with my basketball number in high school, 11.
Oh, nice. I played volleyball. I did not play basketball, even though I'm 6'3".
Oh, wow. We could have used you.
Forgive me if I didn't hear earlier, but Mary, what is your sports teams? You like sports? Like
I love sports. So I'm a Seahawks fan. I really followed the Mariners closely this year because they were almost in the playoffs, and I went to a Boston Red Sox game at the end there. That was really fun. I actually am a really good billiards player, 8-ball, 9-ball. I've played in tournaments all over the country.
Oh, wow.
So I do quite a bit of that. I like to watch it too. I haven't been in a tournament in like 2 years, of course, but and actually we had a pool table at the old place, and Mike's pool game has leveled up significantly. I even bought him a pool stick. So yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I played basketball in high school. I played basketball in high school and college until I compound fractured my wrist in practice one day. So yeah, I love sports, and I love watching them. And so, yeah.
Okay. All right.
You and me both. I had to quit playing volleyball. I slipped and fell on ice and
Ooh.
tore my shoulder, and then that was the end of my volleyball career. Okay, so you said 6, correct?
I said 11.
Oh, 11. Sorry, 11. All right, so the 11th person off. So we'll get down. That will be the person who gets to pick. She put me on the wheel as Caitlin and not Peta. Yes, I was behaving myself, Caitlin. All right, here we go. And if you had, depending on what level you're as, how many entries that you had. And see, just for that comment, you get to go off.
Yay!
So she gets to, she's coming off first. This is number 2. Sorry, Tracy. This is number 3. 8 more to go.
I guess I should have picked a lower number, huh?
Oh no! It just builds up the suspense.
Excitement. Yes.
Well, I can ask Mike.
Oh, yeah.
I can ask Mike a question.
Sure.
How many degrees separate the minute and hour hands of a clock at 3:15?
What?
I was an art major.
I know. I think it's 0, Mike, but I'm not sure.
Hey, no trick questions.
Well,
I'm not good at riddles either.
Darn, I can scratch that one off then.
Yeah, Eric's from dad jokes and puzzles.
So I'm not sure if anyone, because we talked about this before the show, but Mike used to be a stand-up comedian. So there are many things. Mike is very entertaining at work. Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
The trick is don't try to be funny. Just let it happen.
His pratfalls are amazing, but I don't think he does them as much.
I don't do them anymore. Too old.
Yeah.
I used to do the most amazing pratfalls at the licensing show in Vegas. On the
really?
And stuff. Can't do them anymore. Too
old. Is there anybody in the industry that when you were doing that, you had an opportunity to meet? Any stories from there that were stand up?
Oh yeah, I opened up for Patton Oswalt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
He was super. He was another person who was super mean to me.
Oh wow!
Really?
For
I had
good
to pick
reason.
him up at the Camlin. I had to pick him up at the Camlin Hotel in Seattle, and I had to drive him up to Bellingham. We had a gig in Bellingham. He was the headliner. I was the feature. I was only doing 30 minutes at that time, and I was trying to talk to him, and he wouldn't say anything the whole time. The whole time would not talk to me the whole way up there, and that's like an hour drive up there. And then finally we get there in the area, and he just goes, "Take me to Subway." I was like, "Oh, jeez. I better get to the Subway. He got a sandwich." We went and did the gig, and I had a good set. He had a great set. He's, don't get me wrong, horribly funny. One of the funniest comics out there. So I'm thinking, okay, we had a good set. He'll probably be a little bit more maybe relaxed. And so I'm driving him back to the hotel, and I'm trying to talk to him and stuff like that. And he still won't say anything. And then finally he goes, "Don't you have like a CD or something to put in?" So I put in an old like Andrew Dice Clay CD in. It was the CD of Andrew Dice Clay, the show where he bombed, called "When the Laughter Died."
Uh-huh.
So we listened to that. It was about an hour. We dropped him off at the Camlin. I was like, "Okay, see you, man." And I go, "Maybe we'll run into each other again sometime." And he just turns around. He just goes.
So congratulations to Tracy.
I don't think so.
I'm assuming she wants Harley Quinn, but I'll let her tell me if there's another one.
Fantastic.
So, make sure that you go to their website.
Yay, Teresa!
Congrats, Trouble.
Yeah, trouble.
We call it trouble.
That's good.
We're
All
covering
right,
all
I
kinds
got
of topics
the
here.
part in tonight before we're done. So, what
And
is your favorite food, and what is your least favorite food?
Mike, you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. So my favorite food, I like to make these things called fun plates.
Oh, yeah.
Mary knows about this. So I think my favorite food fun plate would be mashed potatoes and gravy, popcorn, and any kind of cheese.
Any kind of cheese.
Would be my favorite fun plate.
And what's your least favorite thing? Like you skip it any time that you see it.
Anything. Oh, anything squiddy.
Oh.
Squid, octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything like that.
Not a big fan, huh?
No, and I think that's the only thing I won't eat.
Mary, what about you?
Raw onions, I'm not a fan of. Cooked onions, I can do. Yeah, my dad he loved onions. Oh my god! So he would put them on everything when I was a kid. So like at one point we dared him to put barbecue sauce, which was another hot thing he loved, and onions on ice cream and eat it, and he did. So yeah, no raw onions, I'm out. Favorite food, I'm like Mike. I'm a big cheese fan, but if I was to pick, there's a place in Seattle called Two Bells Tavern, and they have this amazing blue cheeseburger. Oh my god, I would eat that every damn day. So, and I've never been able to recreate it to my satisfaction, but that's, I would say, my favorite thing.
Yeah, that happened to me. I went to Chicago. I had tried out for MasterChef, and we went to a restaurant, and we were there a different time with my sister-in-law's bridal shower, and I had these things called Asian nachos, and I'm actually going to make them hopefully this weekend for my brother's birthday. Hey, Down Under, how's it going? Oh, Pop and Deal, what's going on? But they're, instead of a taco chip, it's actually a wonton for the chip, and then I do a Thai peanut chicken. So I had it there. I loved it so much that I honed it, and then I took that recipe to MasterChef in Chicago, and I didn't even make it out of the first room. So my family and friends all love them, but it didn't get me on the show. What almost got me on the show was pork belly, and so anything bacon, pork, that's my jam.
I watch a ton of cooking shows. I can't cook for anything, but I love watching them. So I like that new Next Level Chef that's out where they I thought that's really fun. Yeah,
that's super fun. I get through all the questions I want to do. Did we talk about, are you guys going to do limited run pieces, like numbered, so there's only going to be 500 of them or anything?
We have our first one coming up. I'm doing an exclusive Ghostface figure with Hello Sydney. So it's the white OG Ghostface with a blood splatter. And then it's got blood splatter even on the flexible tag, that tag in the back. So he just looks like he looks like he's been in a crime for sure. And we're only doing, I haven't decided. I think we're only like 700 of them, and we're only going to sell them through the website. So, and then I've got another one that I'm doing. I think with him as well. It is the minis. Right now, the minis are, there's 4 different colors in there. We're doing some custom color ones. So I'm going to do some of those. And that's the really exciting part too for Mike and I, that the website is taken off and we're starting to get tons of orders, is because then I can do all those, things I want to do. Then I can go get the $6 million man license and do 600 figures. That's the stuff that floats my boat. So the more I can do of, just fun, unique things and just sell them through the website, I'm super excited about that.
So is there anything else that you guys collect, outside of the realm of your own products? So is there anything else that you guys have collected as, even growing up? Because I also have a metal lunchbox collection, which is completely outside of the...
I collected snow globes for a long time.
Really?
I don't do that anymore. I have a lot of yarn. Oh my God. I could open my own yarn store. I have a pen fetish. I love pens. Oh my God. And that's about it. So yeah, I think if you really, the yarn probably is my biggest expenditure.
I have so many. Like I said, I have like a short attention span, so I'll do a little bit at a time, and then I'll do a little bit more when it comes to that. But I have probably 200 different kinds of yarn. It's ridiculous.
I just made this hat. Sure, I'll show you. I just made this hat for a gal at work. It's a little cabled one.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm only really good with the E-wrap and the pearl stitch on the loom knit. That's about all.
There you go. There you go. That's all you need.
Mike, what about you? Did you collect anything growing up, or do you still collect?
Kiss memorabilia.
Oh, yeah, you and
I
John.
mean, probably my favorite piece of that is from the Love Gun album. I still have the original from 1977, not even opened up. Well, I don't think I could open them up. The original tattoos that you
Oh,
could get from that packet and stuff like
wow.
that. So that's my prized Kiss possession. And I collect local art from local artists who I do shows with and stuff like that.
JLH is a huge Kiss fan, and he does a Paul Stanley impression. But he actually, I have an unopened pack of Kiss cards.
Yeah,
yeah. So that's super cool.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those too. Unfortunately, I opened them all as a kid.
You don't know as kids like what these things are going to be worth. Like all the different figures are coming back
out of my $6 million man figure and all that stuff. I mean, it would be worth like eBay. I'd have to pay someone to take it off my hands. The condition that it was in. Oh man,
Mike, I was looking on your Instagram to see your Kiss piece, but I don't see it.
One of the paintings?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't post everything on that. I've been posting just mainly my newer stuff on this page. Yeah, it's probably not up there.
Oh, what is Mike just asked me something. Hold please. My little friend Mike. The robot. I'm looking, Mike. I'm looking. Or you could type it in the chat because I can't. My phone's not working. Okay, forget it. Forget it. I can't read and chalk at the same time. Here's a little tidbit. The robot number on the bottom of the robots. It's 283362. That is my mom's birth year, my dad's birth year, and my birth year together. Yep.
So when you guys get them, they're down here.
Yeah, it says inspected by, and it gives the robot number. But I was like, I don't know what number to pick, so I did that. I did that little tribute.
Yeah,
to
I
my
actually
parents.
meant to ask you if there were different, like different robots, and like certain ones that are the number different, or if it was the same. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna make, like I said, we're gonna make the robots fun and have them have a personality too.
So Caitlin said all the cha-chings broke your phone.
I think so.
Any more questions from the chat? I mean, we've had them on for an hour and a half, and I mean, I really do appreciate it. I could sit here and talk to you guys all night, and if you guys,
I know, I'm loving this. This is fun.
So,
we'll come back.
I'd love to have you,
Mike. We'll come back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure. We always got something new to talk about.
Yeah,
when it comes with Handmade by Robots.
Mike's got his Handmade by Robots shirt on.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, I see you have t-shirts.
Yeah, we did those for the staff at Emerald City Comic Con, so I have some extras rolling around.
What would be some success tips for somebody that might venture out in this direction, or just starting a company, things that you guys have gone through? Because obviously, you do run into an opportunity of having like, shortcomings, but it kind of helps you a little bit, like be resilient and bounce back from many missteps. And you guys have gone through some stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, what would you say for, some advice for people?
I think that, Mike and I have had stuff fall off containers. We've had stuff come off rail cars into icy rivers. We had a shipment come from India to go to Nerd Block when they were around. And it was on the water so long that it was oven mitts. It was the Terminator oven mitts. And they opened up the container. It looked like the world in Stranger Things, the down below, whatever, and it had these stalactites of mold. Anyway, so yes, we've screwed everything up. I mean, Mike and I have had many missteps, but we've learned a ton. I think be really targeted. Like if somebody wanted to start a toy line or, be really targeted, do the research, make sure that you have an audience. Your artwork needs to be impeccable. You need to pay homage to the brand, whatever it is, and make sure that it's very authentic. If you're looking for a licensing deal, there's tons of smaller licenses that are super popular that you can get a licensing agreement on and maybe not pay a big guarantee. I mean, I don't think people are going to start out with a license from Disney, excuse me, because all those companies want to see your success first too. They want to know, okay, what do you have currently? Who are you working with? All that kind of stuff. So there's You have to have some success and be in some retailers before some of the big boys will talk to you. But there's plenty of people out there that want to, market their goods in all sorts of form factors. But keep it simple. Target your, I wish we'd figured Handmade by Robots out 6 years ago as opposed to 3. I wish we had figured that form factor out. And just really love what you're doing. I mean, I'm sure that everyone here in the chat, we're all pop culture nuts. So stick what's close to, what you love and So I think one of the reasons that the knit figures are looking so good is that I do knit and that I am making samples. And, like I was showing you guys earlier, I had to knit Dumbledore's hat the other day for the factory because they couldn't figure out the top part so that we could do the 3D drawing. So here's my little hand knit Dumbledore hat that I made. But I keep him on Hannibal Lecter to keep his head warm. So, but stick with something, and something you're passionate about, I guess would be mine.
So would you guys
I think that's the key. What you said there, Mary, is that there's a lot of people out there trying to make vinyl figures, but it's actually something that you actually knit, kind of the proto, and it's something that you're really passionate about, and it does look authentic. That's key. And I think you have to be a little bit crazy.
Oh, noted and approved.
Just a little bit, just a little.
I mean, still on screen, if I was just holding this and you did not know that this was vinyl, It doesn't look like vinyl.
Right.
Now, is there a Mary vinyl? Like, is there a
God, no! There will never be a Mary vinyl ever.
No, Eric, if they made a Mike Cap one, we wouldn't be able to tell it apart between me and you, especially if I was wearing a black hat like you right now. People would be like, is this a Mike Cap HMBR or an Eric HMBR?
I can roll with that. No, 100%.
Well, we will definitely. I'll do an unboxing on a future live, and when that Batman comes in, we'll do the Batman. So we did the 2 giveaways. 3 because I one for the Patreons. And when I get the Batman, we'll do the giveaway. So if anybody's interested, I know I'm not going to have the size crew that I have tonight because they're here to meet you guys from Handmade by Robots. But next week, if you guys have the time, we're going back to doing a live cooking demonstration. We're actually doing Star Wars recipes. And my 10-year-old nephew is coming on as the Mandalorian. His name is Nolan. So he's going to be the Mandalorian, and he is going to be my sous chef in the kitchen. We're getting into crazy stuff with agar and making spheres and all kinds of funky colored food. I think we're doing blue noodles and all kinds of stuff. So if you guys can make it next week, starting at 7 o'clock, we're going to be doing a bunch of different Star Wars recipes, both from Disney, from whatever it's called, the Star Wars world down there now. And then also my mom got a second cookbook. And so it'll be fun. We're doing all kinds of gastro stuff and stuff like that. So it should be a good time. Do you guys have any more? Oh, I know there was a question. When is the Willy Wonka stuff coming out?
We've got the micros. That's a good question. Andrea, are you listening? When are they coming out? No, I think we've got the prototypes done. We'll start ordering them here pretty quick. And then I would say July, we'll probably see the first ones. And, I've kind of got to figure out which ones I want to do. So Willy Wonka we did, but we did him a 2-piece. So I have to redesign him because we actually had him in an advent calendar at first, where it was a Willy Wonka themed advent calendar. And one day you would open up and you got his hat. And then a couple of days later you got Willy Wonka and they fit together. So I have to redesign him. But yeah, we'll definitely be getting those in like Q3.
No.
Wizard of Oz figures. Is that something you guys might be doing?
Do I even have that license? I can't even remember. I think I have that license and I haven't done anything with it, but I do have it. I think it's through MGM. Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh,
when are we going to do the drinking version of this show?
Right. Let us know.
Where Eric asks me a series of math riddles that I can't answer. And then when I can't answer them, everybody has to drink.
So we actually have a version, an adult version of a show, and it's called Cocktails and Crafting. So we've done painting.
I'm in.
Mary,
I'm in.
I will invite you. You're more than welcome to come. We've done painting. We're doing the next one. We're painting stones, and then you take the stone out and you put it somewhere, and you put a message and your information on it, or just you can just put a happy message or whatever. and then hope somebody
Oh, I'll
passes
do
it
that
on.
one.
So we're going to kind of spread the love, if you will, and doing that. And then we're going to customize. If you wanted to, we're going to do a customized pop. So I'm working on one. I don't think Mama J's still here. What did I do with her?
And I can supply the riddles, Mike. I can bring the riddles.
Yeah, so we get crazy cocktailed out and do crazy stuff. So
we'll curry a bunch of gin and vodka and rum.
there you go.
Oh boy.
I'm a tequila girl. So any last questions from the chat tonight for Mary and Mike before we let them go? It takes a minute for the mind to pop through.
This is so much fun. Mike and I will definitely do this again. This is a blast.
Oh, anytime.
What would you guys? I'm going to say, okay, as the company continues its path of success, what for you guys does success mean? What do as you're seeing everything go?
So from a business perspective, so I'm part of a much larger company, right? Just that they still let me have a long lead and let me kind of do whatever I want and get the licenses I want. I mean, that's success to me, is that I'm building the line and having, good revenue, and that they're like, okay, Mary, keep doing what you're doing. They don't rein me in. I think that would make me feel successful. And also, I love getting the exclusives, with some of the bigger retailers. That's always fun. And also I think, building our social media, building those followers direct, through Instagram and all the other channels, that feels really, really good. I mean, that makes me feel more connected to the end consumer. I had a great guy today giving me advice on what other villains to do with Scooby-Doo. And he said the 1,000-volt or ghost. And I'm like, I'm in, and it can be glow in the dark. So people know these genres, even though I'm a huge fan of Scooby-Doo, way more than I do. So I feel like I get a lot more authentic ideas and feedback being tied in directly to the end user.
So Ghoul wants to know, what's your dream figure that you haven't made yet?
$6 million man. $6 million man. And of course the rope, what is that? The Bigfoot, or what, that mechanical Bigfoot? I would love to make those too. So I think that would be my dream figure. And the A-Team van. I would love the A-Team van.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Let's see.
How about anything in the past, like the Three Stooges, like Larry, Moe, and Curly? Something like past, Charlie Chaplin. Things like, some of that Hollywood genre.
I don't foresee anything quite like that happening.
Okay.
No, I mean, we kind of, again, have to base it on business case, what retailers are interested in. And and I'm not super interested in that, so I probably wouldn't do it.
Well, I know there's a lot of like Marilyn Monroe she's coming up with the Funko and stuff, and you get some of that rock line that's coming through, and so there's a lot of different interests that's pulling through lately, sparking, new interest in some of the older stuff. So
like in a few years, when everything is like, got all the evergreen stuff and stuff like that, I would love to throw in one, like a little monkey wrench in there, like, hey, look at this one. Look at that. HMBR just did, Charlton Heston from the Omega Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that, like out of the blue, but it's like something you haven't thought of.
And that's why I love having the hmbr.fan site, because we can do stuff like that. I mean, how fun would that be to do? I mean, we have to just have the business case to do something like that. And then it can be self-sustaining on the website. I don't have to worry about getting a retailer to look at it or anything.
Well, Nick, Eric, Ghoul, we'll all talk. And I mean, if we can start a fan club for you, I mean, that would be something that I would be happy to do.
Yeah.
Any more DC comics in the works? And Happy Days?
Don't have the Happy Days license. Yes, we have a black suit Batman coming out. So he's got the darker outfit on and the metallic belt. That's coming soon. There's some other characters we're looking at doing, but we've kind of just we're just getting in the Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, and Batman, really. So I want to see how those do, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, she's hoping for Hot Girl. I'm just telling you that.
Okay. Noted. Let me write that down.
Any last questions, guys? If not, I'm Mike, Mary, thank you so much. Mike, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say one last thing. I got excited. I was like, oh man, should we tell them about RoboCop?
Yes. So we've got. Oh, you want to see a sample?
Maybe do a little RoboCop leak.
Okay, let me
For the
show you
peeps.
RoboCop. Hold, please.
All right. Sorry, you
I'm so excited about RoboCop because
Okay,
of the fact that it's Detroit. So they're actually putting up a
Yeah.
RoboCop statue in downtown
yeah.
Detroit, and I'm like, I gotta have RoboCop.
Oh,
I knew you were trying to wrap it up, but it popped in my head, and I was like, "Oh my goodness,
Okay.
let's show him some RoboCop."
Let me share.
We're gonna do another hour. All right.
All right, I'm in. Okay, let's do this.
Just quick intermission, and we'll be right back.
Right?
Cocktail break.
All right.
Yeah.
It's sharing. Let's see if it. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Look
Ooh,
at that, so cool.
Yeah, that
That's
metallic
sick.
paint looks great on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's one I have to have. Have to have. It's Detroit.
That's a good closer then, I guess, huh? We went full circle.
Oh shoot,
You
I
know?
didn't mean to do that. No, that's amazing. And you guys gave a list. Did we talk about the whole list? You had I don't know how many I'm allowed to share or not, but you got the Killer Clowns from Outer Space 2-pack that you talked about, Buffalo Bill and Precious, Hannibal Lecter in the blue jumpsuit, the fluorescent green Ghostface, which is GameStop exclusive.
Nope,
right?
that's that's for everyone. The glow in the dark Ghostface is a GameStop exclusive. But ironically, that fluorescent green paint glows in the dark as well.
Nice. Then you've got Marion Winifred Sanderson and the Nun. And there's other ones that are coming out. So you got
the whole Harry
Machine.
Potter. We've got tons of Harry Potter. We've got Hagrid, Ron, Hermione.
That Hagrid is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Harry Potter, Voldemort,
Dobby with his sock.
Dobby with a sock, Snape. So lots of fun stuff there.
Now,
so you guys make sure you're following them on Instagram because they launched the picture of Hagrid, and if you go look at Hagrid, how realistic that it looks, even with the way that you guys have done these is amazing. The amount of detail and effort that you've put into them is what makes them so special, and that's why I have completely jumped on board with this.
Yeah. Thank you. So what was I going to say about Harry Potter? Those are one of the things Warner Brothers asked, or J.K. Rowling's team asked in the long approval process. They wanted the hair to be wilder, so they all have this really wild, sexy hair. So all the figures look like they've been running around outside in the wind.
Any Sam from Trick or Treat or Freddy Krueger?
Freddy Krueger, that license is locked up in some legal battle. That one, and which one? Camp Crystal Lake, help me out.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason, that is also locked up in some legal battles with who owns what and what movie it came out in. And so we actually had both of those. We had Freddy Krueger through Warner Brothers. Through Warner Brothers, and then we had the painted sample and everything, and then they said, "Hey, we got to yank this. We're not allowed to do 3D characters anymore for this property because they're in litigation." Oh yeah, we had POs.
Yeah, we had POs ready.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So that's another prototype running around that could be fun to have.
I know with Jason, they did actually come to a certain amount of agreement with the case, and I know that I'm hoping that eventually it'll start opening things up for that because I know that they have kind of solidified that battle a little bit, but I know that some things are still tied up and linger. But definitely that would be a great one down the road, hopefully.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was super excited to get Chucky and Michael Myers through NBC. That's one of the main reasons I interacted with them. So,
oh no, that's gonna be great. I mean, and those are huge sellers. Those two characters.
They actually. So we're in contract phase with them right now, but they came back and said, "Hey, we want to do a Fast and Furious Dom figure with you guys as an exclusive for Walmart." So we have that in the works as well. So,
another one would be what about The Shining, like Jack Torrance and the Grady twins?
That one is also. So we have the license for what was the second movie? I'm spacing out. Dr. Sleep. Yeah. So we have I think the images are on the website. We have Danny on his trike. and the Grady twins are on the website. We'll get those in probably in May, June. And those are another one that if my company knew how much I spent on those, they'd kill me, because they required multiple molds, and they cost more because they're a little more complicated. But I couldn't help myself; I had to do them.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Just average that cost in.
That's what I've been doing. Believe me.
Well, thank you both again so very, very much. Thank you to everybody in the chat that's participated tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
I hope you guys had fun. And Mary, I'm sorry that, since you're the fulfillment center that we kind of blew you up tonight. So.
Actually, the gal that keeps her, I have 2 horses here on my property. One's mine and one's my friend Char's. She came in the other day when I was packing up orders, and she's like, "Oh my God, do you need help?" I go, "Yes." So she's helping me 2 days a week now.
Nice. Oh yeah, we didn't even get to talk about the horses. How are they doing? So you said
they're good.
The other day.
They're bored. They're bored because it's wet and there's no grass, growing, right? So the gelding chases the mare around. She gave him a good swift kick today. I watched them run around. But so I usually give them a snack in the afternoon so they, don't go crazy. But they're hilarious. No, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, my we have a farm, but we do honey, and so our pets up there are just bees. So I don't really get to interact with them very much. Hey, Andrea.
Not quite the buzz.
So Andrea, I just call out Andrea there in the chat. She is my project manager, and actually her sister works for Mike's company in the sales rep company, and they're amazing. They're the sisters, we call them. But she's the one that handles all the approvals with the license source. She's the one that gets after the factories on paint issues, etc. So
Cardi and Lou.
Cardi and Lou are the horses. Yeah.
Cardi and Lou. Yep.
And Andrea, thank you so much for jumping on these. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited that this is just taking off. That like I said, I know from just talking to MI Pops and Nick from I Want This Stuff, and then in a few others in the community, that we're all clamoring to get them now and get our hands on them. So I'm hoping in a couple of years it'll be like I knew them when. If you can go back and look at my channel, and you guys will just be untouchable big. So I'm wishing you guys great things. You guys are welcome back anytime. You guys have an announcement that you want to make, or you just want to come on and hang out, or you want to come do cocktails and crafts, you're more than welcome to do that.
Yay! As well. I'm in. It's been great. Thank you, Brandy, for arranging this. Appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
It's been great. If you guys have any questions, Handmade by Robots, you can reach out to them on Instagram. There are links to the websites for their direct website is also Walmart and GameStop. I didn't put FYE on there. I can add that in. And thank you again to MI Pops for their donations tonight for the giveaways. Their link is as well on Thursday nights at 9:00. They do a drop, all new pops and figures that they've gotten in on the week. So you can check them out as well. But thank you to them for their support as well. So have a great night, everybody, and I will see you next week for Star Wars live cooking demonstration. So we're gonna give this a go again and see how we do. But I've got my nephew with me, so you guys be nice. He's only 10. All right.
Okay.